we get into some crucial issues this morning, like I said earlier, I have with me members of IMG Primary School All Students Association, and they're right here to tell us what exactly they are here to do this morning. Joining me in this conversation is the Vice President of the association. I'm talking of Mr. Felix Zero. Good morning, sir, and thanks for joining me on the show.
Good morning.
Also joining me on the show this morning is the Secretary of IMG Primary School Students Association, class of 1982, Mrs. Modupe Aragan. Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
It's good to have you around on the show this
Pleasure.
morning. Also joining me on the show this morning is the auditor of the association. I'm talking of Mr. Faduba Akinola Victor. Good morning, sir, and thanks for joining me
Good
on the
morning.
show. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure being here.
So let me start with the vice president of the association. What exactly are you here to do this morning?
Well, firstly, let me tell you that we are representative of an old school within Ibadan, and we are trying to use our platform to find other past students, regardless of the sect, that went to a particular school called Ibadan City Council, ICC, that later turned to Ibadan Municipal Government Primary School, IMG. This school that we are talking about stretches from the veterinary fence around Mokola to the road passing in front of Celestial Church leading to Litman Barrack. Basically, while we are here to use our little group that have found themselves to also find others who may have gone through that school. So this set of people talking with you today are the 82 sets, students who passed out from that school 1982. And we've come to that conclusion where we said the more we are, the merrier and stronger we are to give back to that school. Hence, we are trying to look for others. We have some of
from the
us
same school.
who graduated from that same primary school that we call ICC, that later changed its name to IMG. Emphasis must be on ICC because we went in when it was ICC, but this name was changed during our time in the school to IMG. So we know a lot of people went before us, and that was the what can always or will be within them will be ICC and so on. So their presenter, we find that we should find others.
All right, let me get straight to the secretary of the association. What are some of the things you've been able to achieve ever since you came together as a group?
Well, thank you very much, the presenter. As we've met with the 82 said, just like what my vice president have rightly said. So far, last year we clocked 40 years, and we went to the same primary school. We presented some gift items to the pupils. We gave them exercise books and so many other things, at least something to write, the school materials. And this year as well, we are planning to repeat the same thing, and there are a lot of things that is in line up for them as well.
All right, let me get to the auditor of the association. Of course, the secretary spoke about some of the things you've been able to do, as an association. And of course, the next question would be, what do you still intend to do, going forward?
Okay, thank you. Like my vice president has said, I'm privileged to be the one that was asked to contact the present administrators of the school. We've contacted her, and what do we want from her? We want to know, because we want to encourage the students by giving back. And we said we need the names of all the best 3 students in the academics, well behaved, punctual students, and even those that have excelled in their classes, from their list to from their, I think I was told they have KG, even to the primary 6. So work is in progress as regards that too.
All right, now let me get back to the Vice President, Mr. Philip Serro.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this. There was a time there was a report about the dilapidated state of that school, IMG Primary School.
Okay.
But then, what have you done about that so far?
Well, we've actually been to the school to take an assessment to know to what level the dilapidation is. Later, we found out that the argument whether to support government or to partner with government cropped up.
Okay.
And we found out that with the size we are just few for the 82. And we cannot be taxing everybody. So we said the best option is to find a lot of other students so that when we are larger, we'll be able to. The dilapidation in the school, we saw that there is need for security even before we do anything. Before we start to repair classes, because the school, as I talk to you, let me use this opportunity to let the government know that a lot of miscreants are harboring that school and habitating there. And we've had stories where hoodlums used that school, and even there was a report where one of the teachers said a criminal slept over in the ceiling and during class fell from the ceiling. So it's a big project. We cannot do it as a small group. Hence, we are trying to use this our little flame to light other candles so that by the time it's bigger, we will all see bigger light, then we'll be able to do enough. We have the interest of the school. The good we've received so far in life, the foundation was from the school. So returning back to make us so sweet, and some of us have put our time down. You can see we are all in a particular uniform. So we've been putting ourselves, trying to create several reunions so that at the time when we are big enough, the connected will determine the structure of how we'll help that school. And that will be very okay. But for now, I think the first thing is just for us to find every other person.
So finance is a challenge. Is that what you're saying?
It's a challenge, a big challenge.
And that is why you've not been able to do so much as regards the renovation of that institution. And you also spoke about the issue of security.
Yeah.
Now, what would you suggest in that? Because you said that's one major challenge that you have. That the school is surrounded by miscreants and unscrupulous elements. But what would you suggest?
Well,
because if that is the challenge, there must be a solution.
Yeah, the fencing the school, because while we were there, we had it fenced. But as time goes on, the fencing gave way, and it made it to be the canary entry to the school. So the first step is to fence the school to improve the school, or just to take control of, for those who are using it, to take control. Because if you go there now, you will find a lot of people from the Sabo axis habitating in the classes.
Wow.
As I talk to you now, I personally, as the vice president, took time without even telling the other school to go at different times to check where can we actually help this school. So I discovered that the perimeter of that school, to fence it, will not be through this small group. So fencing is one way to improve the security in that school. Then also government concern.
So have you written to the Oyo State Governor on this issue?
We've not.
And why is that?
Yeah, because we felt we are not the only 82 sets who went to the school. So let's incorporate others so that when we are bigger, we can come in unison and say, okay, government, please do this. We're interested to see our alma mater grow stronger. Yeah.
All right, I was still going to take for the reactions from you and, of course, from other representatives of the association on the show. But just before I do that, we're going to take a commercial break right now. We'll be right back.